What's up, everybody? I got Juan here with me. Juan, my friend, would you just mind telling everyone a little bit about you and your business?
Yep. So my name is Juan Quiones. I am a luxury drone pilot, and I have a course creation business where I teach other aspiring drone pilots and drone professionals who are already flying drones, basically how to fly drones and how to land paid gigs.
Awesome. So Juan and I just started working together, and Juan, we can start at the beginning. What was the main reason why you decided to kind of seek out help with email marketing, specifically on the course creation side of things?
So the main reason why I wanted to get help with my emails is because um, I took a course on, how to build out a course and put it out online and get the hosting platforms and the text automations and all these different things. So I watched that course. I went through the whole thing, but when it actually came down to like writing the copy or setting up the actual automations for those emails and like the warm up sequences and the welcome sequences, I felt like that wasn't really my area of expertise. Even though I watched a few tutorials on it, I just kind of put that on the back burner. Didn't really want to deal with it. But then one day I realized, wait a minute, I've got over 1,000 emails and I'm not doing anything with them. Might as well try to convert some sales from that. So I got connected to Alonzo through a very esteemed friend of mine who spoke very highly of him. And yeah, I was reached out to you, ready to roll.
Awesome, man. So, yeah, I guess just for context, how long would you say we've been working together?
Not that long. It's been like, what, a month?
Yeah, if that.
If that, yeah.
Cool, man. So I know just from working with you, I know you were making some sales already,
Mhm.
just through social media organically that way. But I guess on the email side, were you even sending any emails at the time, or were you making any kind of revenue or sales directly from email?
Great question. So I recently discovered that only 3% of your audience is ready to buy what you have to sell right now. And the other 97% has to be like warmed up to you. And up until that moment, I hadn't really considered emails as like a form of marketing strategy just because I always receive emails. I never look at them. So I'm like, yeah, this must not work at all. So up until last month, I hadn't sent out a single email to the people who were basically opting into my sales funnels.
Awesome. So, yeah, just for context for everybody watching, we started off with essentially kind of a cold email list. I mean, even your email domain, you've had that email address for a while, but you've never really just sent kind of emails to your entire list before. You've kind of just used your email as it was intended to be used, just as a one off, one on one conversation. So, um, yeah, and then what would you say after? We'll dive right into the results that you've gotten, but we've sent a couple of emails for you, worked on a reactivation campaign, and actually, as I was telling you before we started recording, the last email that we sent out for you just went out today, so we'll still have to wait on some potential results, hopefully, and some extra meetings and booked calls from that. But what are your results so far from what we've got together?
Before we get into the results, I just kind of want to touch base on this. I've worked with copywriters in the past and they've completely missed the mark. Like they weren't able to capture my brand's voice, or they just weren't saying the right things in the emails. And I would look at it and be like, this is terrible. I can't send this out. So it was really refreshing to work with Alonzo because not only did he capture my voice and my brand, but I'm a guy who likes controversy, and he was definitely stirring up the pot with those emails. And there's just very eye-catching copywriting. My eyes were glued to every single sentence as I would read these emails that he would create. And I definitely attribute the results that we got to that amazing copy and, of course, his strategies. But now talking about the results, I think within like 3 days of sending out that email, that first email, I got like maybe one or two booked calls for my new high ticket item, my new high ticket product. So that was pretty cool. From zero leads, zero sales from emails to boom, two or three book calls. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I guess just given the context, yeah, 1,000-person email list, never really sent a bulk email before, going straight into this specific strategy. I think that is actually, really good considering we're not even done sending sending those emails just yet. And I think one of the things that I guess I should note as well is that not a lot of course creators or people that are selling coaching programs or coaches really are open to the idea of inviting that sort of controversy, or maybe lean on that side of the entertainment side of things, because a lot of people think that you need to be drilling your people with value and, just being super like Alex Hormozy on your people. And on one end, it is really good to provide value for your people and build that trust. However, it's also valuable to entertain people and kind of be an entertainer in that sort. So I think that is also a source of value, and that's kind of what we leaned on a couple of the emails that I wrote for you as well. So those were really fun to write, and then also they just build a good sense of community, and I'm sure you'll see that going forward with the rest of the projects that we have lined up. So in here, we'll just talk about, on the last half of this call, what specific strategies we implemented for you. I talked about a reactivation strategy, but more or less using the content that you already had, essentially, to make people raise their hand and pretty much say, hey, I am actually still interested in what you still have to offer. Because before we started this, you had that 1,000-person email list, but you weren't really emailing them at all. And some of them had been sitting there for, what would you say, close to a year?
Definitely. It's been over a year, that 1,000-person email list. I just never followed up with them.
Right. So then our job here became getting as many of those people re-engaged back with your content and your community, while still keeping email delivery high, because as you know, if people aren't connecting with your message or still interested in what you have to offer, then they're not going to look at the emails, and sometimes they even mark the emails as spam. So those are just some things that we did on the back end that maybe you weren't really
No,
mindful of.
that's
Yeah.
the best thing about our relationship, is that I don't have to worry about all
Right.
the technical stuff, because you're on it, and yeah, the results have been great.
Right on, man. So that is awesome. And then just to close out here, what are your plans, I guess, just for email and from your experience with me moving forward? Do you think you'll keep doing emails, or keep sending emails going forward, or what's your viewpoint on that now that we've got some work under our belts?
Yeah, definitely. So big picture, I definitely want to have Alonzo on the team. Just for the life of my course, and I plan on working on this program and growing the community, at least for the next 10 years. So definitely want to have you on my team, and I recommend Alonzo and his services to anybody who's got an online community, a product of any kind, a course. Yeah, you're definitely an asset that I want to keep, and to the moon. Just keep getting more emails, keep nurturing them, converting sales, all of that.
Awesome, man. So I definitely appreciate you, sharing that and sharing the results in your story. And I guess just for context, what did you say your offer was priced at? I'm not sure if I asked that already.
Yeah, good question. So I have three offers. The first one is at $47. That's not the one that we did the reactivation campaign for. The second offer is $9.97. And then the one that we actually used the emails, reactivation, and all that jazz was for my new offer, which is priced at $2,750. And within 3 days, we actually got a sale for that high ticket item, which is
Yeah.
pretty
So
cool.
yeah. So awesome you say that, because fun fact, within the first 3 days, we were actually dripping out the email, so we wouldn't send them all on one day. So that first sale came just from that first email. And so a lot of the reason why I ask is because a lot of people think that email only works for lower ticket products, or it only works for super high ticket products, or maybe mid ticket products. And so I guess just the point I'm trying to make here is that it doesn't matter if you sell low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket, consulting done with you, done for you, or if it's a product or a service, you can use email to sell just about anything that you have to offer online. So definitely appreciate you sharing that. And just in case anyone watching this is an aspiring videographer or FPV pilot, where can they find a little bit more about you?
Yeah, totally. So if you're wanting to learn how to fly drones and get your first paid gig, you can follow me at juan.c.quinones, or just look up FPV Creator Pro on Instagram.
Cool stuff. I'll leave your info in the bottom of the video here, and I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.